I lost my job to AI at the age of 63. That was not easy to take. That was a little bit hard for me, being 63 and being let go to AI. Welcome. I'm Vicki. Thanks for coming back to my channel. And if you're new here, I welcome you. Thank you. Yes, I was let go at 63 to AI. And I worked for a company putting in and implementing and putting in the computer product for this company. And no, it was not Amazon, but it was a big company. And I put product in for them, descriptions, titles, everything like that. And it was a great job. I loved that job. I was there for quite a few years. And I thought I was very good at my job. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back by any means, but I was good at my job. I did eBay. Well, the reason I say that is because I've done eBay on the side for 20 years, since 2000. And so this job fit perfectly into what I know. And so I thought I was fast. I thought I was articulate. Everything was good. Spelling was correct. It has to be. And because the company's all about numbers and money. And so I thought I was very good at it. And so what had happened was I would work my 40 hours off two computer screens. And then the company, my boss, even set me up with two computers at home so that I could work from home on the weekends. And I liked that because I was making more money. You know, it was overtime, which is always good for anybody. And it wasn't mandatory. But if I didn't get my work done at home, I did have to do that. So anywhere from maybe 2 to 5 hours, maybe. It could be Saturday, it could be Sunday. Whichever way I wanted to work it out was fine by them. And so what had happened was I get to work and I could tell my boss and our IT man were talking about AI. And I'm thinking, I could just hear it off in the distance. And I didn't think nothing of it. And then they came out and started talking to me and another girl. We did the same type of job. And so what had happened was they came out and talked to us about it. Okay. And in the meantime, one girl left. I stayed. Actually, she took on another position, I think as a receptionist. That could be. And they brought down the one job that both of us did just for myself, and then she took a receptionist job. So anyways, getting back to this, so they were talking to us about AI, and I thought nothing of it. I thought, okay, they're gonna do AI, but AI will be doing, their own thing over here. I'll still have my job here, and we'll both be doing it. But that was not the case. I found out what had happened was, I think they were timing me on how fast I could get my job done. They gave me so many things to put in, and I was pretty fast, but not as fast as AI. So they had a hard time. And they were beating around the bush, but they had a very hard time telling me, you are no longer employed here. It took them about a week to 2 weeks, and they kept beating around the bush and saying, well, I think we're gonna, put that in place. And I'm thinking, what do you mean put that in place? Are you saying, what are you trying to tell me? I did not know what they were trying to tell me. And so what had happened was, back then, I did not know a whole lot about AI. I knew it was artificial intelligence, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. So what they decided was to let me go and put AI in place. And so when I talked to my boss about that, I was shocked, obviously. And I planned on being there for a very long time. And it was like 5 to 7 minutes down the road from me. And it was perfect. It was a perfect job for me. And so when they were talking to me about AI, I told them, why would you put AI in place versus a human being? Because I can correct mistakes. AI cannot correct mistakes. I can tweak the titles. I can tweak descriptions. I can do this. I can do that. AI cannot do that. And they go, well, you're right. We understand that. But the bottom line was, it was numbers, pushing them out left and right, and money. So I guess that was that they weren't worried about the titles. They weren't worried about tweaking the titles, the mistakes in the wording, and they weren't concerned with the descriptions. I would be more concerned with the titles, and they could not. And I seen some of the AI titles. Wow. But they weren't concerned about that. They were just concerned about getting as much out as possible, no matter if it was misspelled or whatnot. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, we left on good terms. But that kind of threw me for a loop, and I was kind of sad about that, but it's okay. Did I have a hard time finding another job? At 63, it wasn't easy because I wasn't retired yet, and I still needed to work, make enough money to pay my mortgage. And so it was, wow. I hardly expected to lose my job over AI. So if anyone thinks that their job is completely safe, it's not. With AI really coming to the forefront right now in 2025, it's more relevant now than it was, 7 years ago when I lost my job to AI. So don't get too comfortable, because you just don't know what is over the hill. So, but I hope and pray that you all can keep your job. That's what I hope and pray for you guys. So if any of this helped anyone, just don't get too comfortable with the job, but just know your options when it comes to possibly losing your job to AI. So anyways, I hope this helped anyone. If it did, that'd be wonderful. Drop a comment down below, and I would love to hear your story if you lost your job to AI. So anyways, have a great day. Thanks.